Well, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much, Tia, for that wonderful introduction. And I tell you, I am so thankful, and it's just so wonderful to be working alongside people like Tia Thomas, Miss Larease Rivers, Miss Juanita Kraft, Mr. James Salter. These are industry leaders. These are 7-figure and 6-figure earners in the industry. To just know that we've attracted that type of person is really, it just gives a lot of credit to our company, because the company has done so much. And you're going to hear all about that in a few moments. Let me tell you a little bit about myself and why my husband and I got started with this company. You know, Tia talked about us being in the industry, but honestly, you know, we weren't looking for anything, because there's so many in this industry. Even though it is the industry that has created more millionaires than any industry ever, we know that, but it's just different dynamics. And just, I'm very particular, me personally, I'm very particular about what company I partner with, also what individuals I partner with. So when we heard about LifeWave, to be honest with you, we didn't really, you know, take that close of a look at the comp plan and all those types of things. All we knew is we heard something that was so phenomenal, and we could not keep it to ourselves. I couldn't even sleep based on what I heard and what I saw. And so I'm going to kind of pass those experiences on to you as I go along through the presentation. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and get started. And I always like to say the golden question for tonight is this: have you been patched? And why do I ask you that question? Is because, you know, that's what we're talking about. We have a patch, you guys, and I'm trying to, you know, get this. If someone can, Tia, are you not able to admit the people, because it's kind of jumping in my face every time I start talking? Anyway, you guys, I'm a little distracted right now, but I will say this. If you have not been patched, you are missing out, because you're going to experience something that you've never experienced in your entire life. All right. So this little patch that you see on the lady's arm right here, it's about the size of a quarter. Okay. I get to get everybody to mute their lines. It's about the size of a quarter, and you could put it anywhere on your body, but it's very, very tiny. So when we tell you the kinds of things that you're going to hear about, it's going to seem unreal that one little patch, this little, about the size of a quarter, when I put it on my arm, see how tiny it is, can do what it does. It's going to elevate you, activate you, and regenerate you. Now, why is stem cell activation, first of all, so important? Many people have heard about stem cell injections. What I know about them, and you may have heard about them, is that, first of all, they're very expensive. They're averaging between $5,000 and $25,000 per injection. Why do people do that? Why would someone be willing to pay that kind of money? It's because they're in a desperate situation. Their body is shutting down. Different things are going on in their body that doctors can't seem to help them with. And so Christopher Reeves, Superman, he was the one who made, you know, stem cell therapy or injections popular. And so now I'm pretty sure you remember when he was paralyzed, but so many people want to do that. But why are we needing stem cell activation? It's because by the time we're age 30, and most of us are already over age 30, our stem cells become, like, half of them have become dormant. They're no longer active. And then by the time you get to be age 60, we lose almost all of the activity. This is why, you know, people start getting dementia and Alzheimer's and you know, like heart disease and arthritis and all those types of things. And it seems that we can't turn it around. So that's why it's important. Okay, so let me explain to you why this patch is much better, superior than trying to get an injection. Once again, we talked about the cost factor. Most people can't afford it. Plus, it's not guaranteed, and therefore, you know, insurance is not going to pay for it. You cannot get your money back if it doesn't work. But how this patch works is this. It's in the very middle of this patch are nanocrystals, organic nanocrystals that were created in a lab. So crystals are like salts and sugars. And what happens when you put the patch on your body, the heat and the light, okay? When you put it on your arm or anywhere on your body, the heat and energy of your body and light of your body is going to reflect off of the crystals and turn back into your body and activate those copper peptides. Now, we already have copper peptides in our body. And, the copper peptides, the one in particular that we're referring to is GHKCU. It's the holy grail of anti-aging. So this is so important. When we activate those copper peptides, something miraculous happens. Something they said could never be done ever. It's going to reactivate your own stem cells. Now, how about that? See, Lauren Picard, who's a well-known scientist, proved years ago that the higher the copper peptides are in your body, the better opportunity for your stem cells to reactivate. But he also said there's no known way to science that could ever happen. No one can reactivate our own stem cells. So this is why what we have our hands on is so important, and for you to really understand it. So we're going to try to make it clear to you, what you have your hands on tonight. Okay. Now, the company that allows us to get these stem cell patches is a company called LifeWave. It's a 19-year-old company. And up until about 3 years ago, the company was generating about $20 million per year. And now up until last year, it was about 280 million in the last 2 years. And it's now all over the world in about 75 countries. Now, that's really amazing that a company can jump from 20 million a year up to 280. And it's all because of this patch. If you look at this growth curve, anything about economics, when something goes sky high, going straight to the sky like that, it means money, it means opportunity, it means growth. Okay. So here is the gentleman who I refer to, I consider him a genius. I mean, the man was hired by the federal government for the Department of Defense when they had a project that they were starting with the Navy SEALs, where they needed extra energy for almost 2 days in a row without any type of loss of energy. They were going to be underground in the submarine for quite a bit of time. So he created his first patch. Took him 3 years to create the very first patch. And so he is a scientist and inventor. And ever since he created the first patch, he's created about 30, well, really more than that, but only 39 of them he put to market. And that's why we call this the X39. This is the 39th patch that he actually released to market. But he has over 130 patents, and he is the 2-time recipient of the Advanced Technology Award for the International Hall of Fame. Now, the technology is patented for 20 years. It was patented back in 20. So we have all the way to 2040 in order to be the sole marketer. LifeWave is the only company that can market this product. So it's not like something that, you go to this company, you could get a nutritional drink. Well, you can also go to Whole Foods and get a nutritional drink, or some company that has great skincare. You can go to another place. You can go to Whole Foods, or you can go to Walgreens, or you can go to the mall and get great skincare. But weight loss, same thing. You can go to so many different directions to get weight loss product, but there's no place that you can go to get a patch that's going to reactivate your own stem cells. All right. And so this is why this is so exciting. How do you wear it? Very simple. You just put it on your body anywhere for 12 hours on and 12 hours off. And that's so that your body has time to repair and rejuvenate. And then you just when you take the patch off, you throw it away. Start again the next morning. Let's say if you start at 8 o'clock in the morning, right after you brush your teeth. I like to keep mine right by my toothbrush so I don't forget it. I put the patch on at 8 o'clock in the morning, and then I take it off at 8 at night. Then I just throw it away, put a new patch on in the next morning. Now, so you can, put this, as I said, anywhere you want, but in this diagram, it's showing the 2 locations that they specified in the 80 case studies that you're going to hear about in a moment. We had over 80 case studies. And when there's a case study, the application of the patch needs to be consistent. So they have a way to measure and determine if it is, doing the same thing for everybody. And so you want to drink plenty of water, because your body may, I'm using the word may, go through a detox where all these toxins that is accumulated in your body are beginning to, be released. And so they flush out better and is more effective if you are hydrated. Even to the extent you may have to get some electrolytes through coconut water or something like that. Some kind of way, we need to make sure that you're well hydrated so this will work effectively. Now, this page just reflects some of the things that your body may experience when your stem cells begin to reactivate, okay? First of all, many people experience rapid pain relief. Many people are experiencing reduced inflammation, which is the main cause of many illnesses that we experience. It supports wound healing. You may experience energy and vitality that like most of us do. I don't know what I would do without this X39 because I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm at the age where, I would get tired in the evening. I just want to relax. I never take naps anymore. Mental clarity, it helps you, think clearly. You don't get that mental, what do you call it, brain fog like some people get. Enhanced sports performance. Many athletes, and you're going to hear from some athletes this evening that have experienced enhanced sports performance. It's faster recovery from exercise as well as improved skin appearance. Now, this chart right here is a color topography map, and it reflects where they put a patch on the back of a 77-year-old woman. The first session they did, the orange area reflects the inflammation that was in her brain. That's how much inflammation was in her brain day one. About 2 weeks later, they looked at it again, and all of that inflammation was gone. And the light blue area reflects the amount of stem cells that are, activity that she's experiencing. By the time 2 weeks later came along in session 3, look how much brain activity she has from the stimulation of her stem cells. And so that is amazing. That's what we can expect. This is what is going to happen to us as we start wearing these patches. But here are the results from these case studies that I talked about. These case studies were done all over the world. Some of the best physicians and clinicians in the world were assigned to these case studies because Mr. David Schmidt is a perfectionist. He does not play around. He wanted the best people on the case. And so what they experienced in the first few days was 4,000 genes began to reset. Within 6 weeks, the brain became balanced. We're talking about PTSD, those symptoms being decreased, anxiety and depression. You guys, those symptoms right there, I have literally heard of people that were literally about to commit suicide. And within the very same day, they put the patch on, everything changed. Their whole mindset changed. So when we say this patch could help you save someone's life, that's what we're talking about. So this is serious. So many people are dealing with those types of things nowadays. Within 3 months, the collagen begins to increase. Ladies, the wrinkles start decreasing. Your hair growth increases. We have a gentleman on the call that I know very well who was bald in the top of his head and his hair started growing back. Increases the structural integrity of your skeletal system and your muscular system. Now, this is definitely important as we get older because how many of you know, older people, your grandparents or whatever that have fallen? They said that's one thing the doctor encourages you to do is not fall when you get a certain age because your bones are brittle and hollow and just, you won't ever heal from it. But this is why this here, the structural integrity is very important. Within 6 months, the heart begins to reverse in age. And let me tell you how serious that is. In a recent case study, 14 out of 15 people lowered their vascular age by an average of 8 years just after wearing the patch for 6 months. We know someone personally who was wearing a pacemaker, and when right before he started wearing the patch, he'd gone to the cardiologist, and he saw the cardiologist every 6 weeks. Well, after started wearing the stem cell patch, 6 weeks later, he went back to the cardiologist, and the cardiologist said, and this was January of this year, the cardiologist said, your heart is not relying on the pacemaker anymore. Don't come back. You don't have to come back to 2024. He was going every 6 weeks. That just demonstrates how significant this patch is. So within every 6 months that we wear the patch, you guys, our heart is going to begin to age. I mean, reverse by 8 years. That means we're going to be, living like young people. Okay. So it's not anti-aging. It is age reversal. Now, there's a lot more information that you can explore on this site right here called startx39.com. It is the very thorough because it has all the case studies on there, doctors' reviews, all kinds of testimonial videos and some other videos with the founder on there, just really elaborating on this technology. So I encourage you to write that website down and do some, additional analysis, reviews if you want to. We have a lot of doctors that are in this company, and, doctors want to be sure that what they're taking and putting in their own body, or if they tell a patient about it, that they're, saying something they feel comfortable about. I talked earlier about wound healing. Look at this lady right here who had a wound, a scar on her face, and look within 21 days what her face looked like. Just amazing. And here's another example of the skin, the wrinkles going away and things like that. This lady wore the patch for 365 days, pretty much a year. And look how much better her skin looks. Here's a gentleman whose, hair just was almost bald, and his hair started growing back and thickening. So that's what we mean when we talk about some of the visual types of results that we see when using the patch. But let me tell you, this is just the beginning. I am so excited because I want you to hear personally from some people who worn this patch, and it has made, it made a difference in their lives. So I want you to hear that for yourself. So what I want to do at this particular time, I want to bring up a gentleman. I happened to hear his testimony the other night, but I'm delighted to hear it again. And if Mr. James Burnett would not mind coming on, unmuting yourself, sharing your video, and sharing with us what was going on with your body before you started wearing the patch, how long you've been wearing the patch, and what's going on now. James, come on and share that with us if you don't mind. And James, you'll have to unmute yourself. Okay.
Oh, there I am.
There you go.
Right. How's everybody doing? You get to excuse my voice. I just came back from a family reunion, so I've been howling and screaming. But I want to share this with everybody that's on the phone. I was a networker for many years and totally got burnt out, didn't want to do it. I've had people call me with different programs and different potions and lotions, and I totally refused. But as I've gotten older, I'm starting to look for things that can help me stay young. In fact, so just so everybody knows, I had no problem sharing it. I will be turning 70 years old in a month and a half. So it's very, very important that I take care of my body. And I have neuropathy in my feet. For those who don't know what that is, it's nerve damage in your feet due to diabetes. And it feels like you're walking with rocks in your shoes. And they give me medicine, they call it Lyrica. I take the pills, but it still bothers me. Now, ordinarily this time of night, my shoes are off my feet. I don't have shoes on. Reason being because my feet are hurting. Well, a friend of mine, Dr. Linda Avery, said, Jim, listen, I want to give you a patch. Just put it on and try it for a couple of days. All right. I said, okay, because she's my friend, I did it. I put this patch on. And also I had a problem with swelling in my ankles and in my feet. It's probably because of low circulation. But anyway, put the patch on and sitting at home. And one day, a couple of days afterwards, I realized I still had my shoes on. And it was in the evening time. I said, what the heck? And then my wife looked at my feet and there was no swelling. And I said, whoa, so what happened was Dr. Linda only gave me a couple of patches. And I had ordered the other ones, they hadn't came yet. So I spent money and bought some more patches for somebody else because I didn't want to stop the process, whatever was going on. I normally don't believe in this mess, but something was going on. Then I guess what really got me, I've never been a person to be that could grow a beard. Never in my life. All right. I woke up one morning. Now I shave normally every day or every other day, just to get the stubbles off. I woke up one morning and I had hair all over my face. Now, this was scary. I thought somebody was playing a prank. They got me in the middle of the night and put hair on my face, whatever. But I had a beard. Now I've shaved it off because I'm not used to having a beard. But I promise you on everything I love, I had hair all over my face where I've never been able to grow hair before. So my testimony so far is that I'm roughly about 3 weeks in. All right. I feel good. I got hair if I want to grow a beard. If I want to, I can. And my feet feel phenomenal, the neuropathy. I cannot wait to see what 3 months, 6 months, a year, the process that I've been through. Thank you so much for having me in your home this evening. God bless.
Well, James, can I ask you one more quick question?
Yes,
Is it by chance, did you have a testimony also on, or what are your sugar levels like? Did you have some issues with your sugar levels?
I do, but I did not have a testimony for that.
Okay, you do not yet. Well, just hang on because you probably will be getting a testimony on that real quick. So thank you
Yes, ma'am.
so much for that wonderful testimony. I know you were freaking out when you woke up that morning and had that's got to be funny. Oh, I tell you, we've got some funny stuff. Yeah, we got some funny stuff. You can stop your video now, James, but some funny things happen. I'll tell you what happened with me and my husband the very first time we tried to patch. Him in particular is the one that's kind of funny. It's funny, but it's not funny. So for years, my husband was snoring like a bear. For 10 years, he would wake up choking sometimes, coughing. I mean, it was scary. But it was also very disturbing because I could not sleep. You just don't know. I could not sleep. And all night long he would snore. So maybe about a few months ago, I started saying, you got to go upstairs. I mean, I just never thought to ask him that in the past, but I started saying, why should I be so miserable all night long just because he's snoring? So we were, when we were given the patch, we were getting ready to go out of town to Milwaukee. And when we got there, we decided to put the patch on just to see, because other than him snoring, we didn't even think the patch would work on something like that. We didn't have pain, high blood pressure. We didn't have any of that. And so when he put the patch on the first night, I woke up, I said, wait a minute, why is the room so quiet? Because he was not snoring. And do you know that was November the 11th, and my husband has not snored since then. Now, I mean, it sounds funny, but it's the God truth. I'm telling you, I could not think that something like this would do that. And that's the only thing that has stopped him from snoring. So it's kind of funny, but it's the truth, as I said. So the next person I want to bring up is Mr. Tim Jacobs. Tim, please come on here, unmute yourself, share your video, and share your testimony.
I am having technical difficulties with my camera, but can you hear me okay?
We can hear you very well.
All right, thank you so much for having me. Thanks for taking some time out to share this valuable information with all of us this evening. Again, my name is Tim Jacobs. I make my home in Upper Marlboro, Maryland. And, you know, when my sponsor and my friend Tia shared the information with me and I watched the Zoom, at the time I was experiencing very frequent neck pain. I was rear-ended a couple of years ago, and it's just been lingering ever since, you know, to the point where if I sleep on a certain side, my elbow goes numb, my fingers go numb, and it was just very uncomfortable. So I couldn't wait to get the patches. Literally the first night with the patch, I did not move in my sleep and I had no pain in my neck whatsoever. So that was pretty phenomenal for me. I was, you know, extremely excited. And then, you know, one of my hobbies is I like to play golf. And, you know, with that, I have had, you know, some lower back pains. So the next night, basically, I put the patch on my lower back, and it was that, I mean, within 5 minutes, literally, I felt like I had a little tingling in my lower back, but it also felt like somebody was just stretching my spine, and like all the pressure was off of that lower back. And again, just you know, amazing. I've seen the testimonies, heard the testimonials, and I was very anxiously anticipating getting the patch. Little did I know that within so little time that the pain would be relieved, and just sharing the patches. So many of my friends in my golf circle have experienced very similar results. So I'm just flat out excited. This is definitely a blessing. And again, thanks for having me.
Wow, Tim, thank you so much. I'm so glad you're getting relief in that area. And see, when we put the patch on, you guys, we don't know what's going to happen, and everybody's body is different. And so I want to make it clear that we're not making medical claims. We're not saying the patch cures anything. All we're saying is this patch has some crystals in it that when you put it on your body, something called photobiomodulation or phototherapy takes place. It's a scientific, term. And when that happens, it's sending a signal to our brain, and our brain is telling us, and this patch is so intelligent, it knows what your body needs. Now, it may not happen exactly when you want it to happen. Like my husband may not have stopped snoring the first night. It could have been 2 weeks later. It could have been a month later. I know some people that had that experience. We don't know what it's going to do, but it goes to the weakest link. It knows what your body's doing. It could have been working on your heart or your lungs instead of that snoring. Okay, that might have been more important. So I want you to understand, this is not like, how you take a Tylenol or something like that, and it's supposed to make the pain go up. We're not saying that. We're saying it could go away, but you see what's happening to these people. So I am so thankful that we have our hands on something that just surprises us. I mean, it literally surprises us every single day. And I've got to get this PowerPoint right back where it needs to be. All right. So now if you're like me, you're saying, listen, I can't wait to find out how can I get some of these patches. Well, listen, the person that invited you to this call, they may have sent you a text message or email with a form that looked like this, where you will see what is required for you to get one of these packages. And there's several ways you can get this package. Let me explain to you the first way. If you said, I just want to be a customer, let me try one sleeve. Now, I'm the kind of person, I like to save money. I'm very economical. I have very expensive taste, but I'm not going to just waste my money, right? So if I were to say, I want one sleeve, I'm not going to pay $150 plus tax and shipping when I could at least either pay $125 for tax and shipping for one sleeve. But if you're married, listen, you don't want one sleeve. I don't want my husband, to stop snoring and I've got a gout or something. You see what I'm saying? You want to have enough for both of you. And it also, if you have people in your family that you just want to share it with, you may want to get what we call a silver pack. You're going to save there, because on the bronze pack, you're paying $25 for a starter kit. And then on the silver pack, you're not paying any fee at all for the starter kit. So you can get 3 sleeves for $300. Now, the gold, platinum, and diamond packs are for people who really want to earn money, because think about this, all that you've heard on this call tonight, you're going to be, if you're like me, you're going to be thinking, oh, my husband snores, I really need to try it. You're going to be thinking, who do you know that needs some of these, even if it may be you? So you want to make, the company actually pays us, compensates us for sharing with other people, and they compensate us extremely well, which I will share with you in a moment. But then you want to get a gold pack, a platinum pack, or a diamond pack if you want to share, because you need extra sleeves to share with. You will make your money right back, because once again, every time you share with someone, guess what? They're going to probably see some results, and they're going to be asking you, how can they get one of these packages? And so I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on all this, but I do want to say this: the bigger your vision, the bigger your goals are, trust me, the bigger the package. But let's say, for example, if you really prefer a diamond pack, which is the package my husband and I got, you may only be able to afford a gold pack, but know that you can always upgrade. And the company is only going to charge you the difference in the price of the 2 packages and the difference in the inventory. So if you were upgrade from a gold to a diamond, you're going to get 14 more sleeves, and you're only going to pay the difference, which would be $1,100. Do you see the thing? So you're not paying for just some title. The good thing about the diamond pack, though, I must highlight, because this is the only package that what I'm about to say applies to. signed up a diamond, if you're a diamond package yourself, and then you sign up another diamond package, instead of you making $200, you will make $500. But let's say that you've enrolled somebody, they came under you as a gold package, but you're a diamond package, but they turn around and enroll a diamond package. The $300 for that extra $300, a gold person would get $200, but the extra $300, because the company is going to pay out a full $500, you're going to earn that $300 yourself. The difference of $500 and $200 is $300. That's going to roll up to you because the person that enrolled them did not have a diamond package. So you'd be surprised every single week. You know, people are wanting these diamond packages, but the company's going to pay the $500 and the computer just automatically just pays it out to who's a diamond. You will probably make your money back much quicker with a diamond pack. And that's if you can afford it. But whatever package you can get, don't hesitate. Get in where you fit in, because there's some money on the table. And so what I want to do right now, I want to bring someone up who has been on our team for a little while. He was a professional baseball player. He'll tell you more about what he used to do. But I have enjoyed working with this individual. And for someone of this caliber, the kind of people that he has relationships with, to be committed to doing this and partnering with us and running like something crazy, I thought it would be a great idea for you to hear from him directly. Mr. Keith Hines, come and tell us your story and why you're so excited about LifeWay.
Blessings. Can you hear me?
I can hear you very well.
I want to say hello, everyone. Thank you for an awesome presentation. When Miss Erica McQueen called me, like the gentleman just said, I really didn't want to get back into doing network marketing. I've been involved with, I've been exposed to a lot of network things, because when you play pro ball, like, you know, we get hit with a lot of different opportunities. People want you to see this and that. I've been exposed to the Excels and the Amways and the Prime Americas. I used to speak at the different events. Excel, you know, prepaid legal, LCI. I can tell you about everything, Herbalife, you know, non-age use. And then, but when I saw the presentation, I was blown away to the point that I was literally excited, but yet upset at the same time. You may say, well, Hines, why? Because when I heard the testimonies, like you hear tonight, about what this patch can do, because when your stem cells are activated, basically your body began to heal itself like God intended. And when I heard the testimonies, I was literally brought to tears, thinking about my mother, who had heart congestive failure, when I was beside her in the hospital. And she, 2 weeks later, she was gone. When I think about my father, who had a brain aneurysm in, you know, in his sleep. When I had a recent friend that I was talking to him about the patch, just had a stroke. And then I had another partner that played at Clemson, was with his wife literally 30 days ago, talking, I think it was during Memorial holiday, had a massive heart attack and died. What I'm saying, LifeWay family, and for those who are listening, this is no game. This is very serious. I mean, I even got more news about people dying. Y'all know that Jamie Foxx had a stroke. Listen, let me tell you something. These patches and what this inventor, David Smith, I call him a genius of all geniuses. It's so serious that we got to get the word out to our family and our friends, because literally we're talking about life and death here. Listen, I'm not playing games with this company. Y'all haven't seen nothing yet. I'm about to take this company to the next level. I just literally got off the phone with some of the biggest network marketing gurus that's going to take this company. We're talking about blowing it out of the water. So what I'm saying is this: it's important that you get in, get the word out, and get started, because the momentum is going to hit so hard of the people that I'm about to bring to this company. The word is going to get out, and you can ride the wave of the momentum of those that I'm about to bring in this company. Okay, because like I said, like Erica know and Benita know, that I can sell water on the beach. Okay, and when I find something great that's real, you haven't seen nothing yet. I remember when I was in the days, I was so excited about Excel telecommunication, I was recruiting people at the light, okay, the stoplight, for real, okay, literally, okay. That's how excited I was. But this company with LifeWave is 1,000 times greater. I mean, it is literally the greatest opportunity on the planet that God has blessed us to have through this powerful inventor and CEO, Mr. David Smith. I can't wait to meet him at the convention that she'll probably talk about in August is coming, because I know what it is. I got an inventor. I've been blessed to sit in major meetings with high-level billionaires, okay, and deals that I'm doing, where they're gonna need these patches too, okay? Everybody gonna need these patches. And I think, Vanita, you wanted me to talk about the why and why you should do this business. Okay, is that what you want me to hit on too? It's the why. I want to talk about why you should get
Absolutely.
in.
Absolutely.
This is, let me tell you, I'm gonna give y'all a few points now. I'm not gonna give y'all the nuggets now, right? We'll deal with that later. We'll come back another time. I don't want to take up all the time. But one reason why is because we have the Holy Grail product, number one, like she said, for 20 years, a patent. And the reason I know about patents because I have an inventor got like 30 patents too. And I thought my patent was the Holy Grail, right? But when I heard about this patent, we're talking about dealing with your health, dealing with your very life. You can't get bigger than that. You can't get bigger than having a patent that deal with life. Another reason why you should be excited about being involved on the ground floor, because we're on the ground floor level, okay? Think about when Amway and Mary Kay got started. That's over 60, 50 years ago. For those who got started early, those are the ones that are getting the residual checks now. While they sleeping, they still getting paid. So we're just getting started with less than 50,000 representatives in this company. Can you imagine another year from now, if another 100,000 people come in, partners, and another 1 million come in 2-3 years from now, as God graced us with this opportunity? Can you imagine where you would be at financially? Think about that. Now, y'all may say Hines is kidding around. One thing about me, you know, I document everything I do. Documentation beat conversation. You know this woman is right here? Google Betty Miles. Betty Miles, who is Betty Miles? Betty Miles was my mentor, who was with Excel Telecommunications. When I met her and I came to start speaking at the different conventions they were having, Betty Miles was making not 1 million a year, she was making 1 million a month. So guess what? Another year or two from now, if God graces us to be here and with this company, literally, I believe that the people that take this business seriously today will be literally looking at checks like that. 100,000, 200,000 a month, $400,000 a month is really, it's real. It's real because why? We are on the ground floor level where the momentum is just beginning and it's about to pick up more and more and more. And it's all about timing. Life is about timing. Investments is all about timing. And right now, LifeWay, we're in at the right place at the right time with the right people. So take advantage of these leaders. You're riding with the best team. Okay, we got the best team in the country, and we're about to take this to another level like the company never seen. Take advantage of it while you got a chance. Okay, God bless you. I'll see y'all at the top.
And we will see you at the top, honey. Thank you so much. It's really nothing else I can say about it after listening to Hines, but only thing I just want to say, Hines, says for the team that we're on, which was started by Miss Onyx Cole, who was really the one that was responsible for this company growing from 20 million a year to 280 million a year. Well, I spoke with her last week and she has about 120,000 people on her team. Prior to her getting involved, the company was made up of mostly doctors and clinicians. So I don't really know how many people are in the company, but I do know it's probably well over 120,000 because, you know, really the networkers just started coming in a couple of years ago. So with that being said, that is an indication that it's still ground floor, like you said, Hines. I mean, it's just amazing the situation we're in. And so thank you so much for your time, Mr. Hines. I know you had a busy day, so I really appreciate you coming on and sharing your perspective with everybody in the call. And I know we were all of you were blown away by that. So let me keep going. If you're like me, one of the most important things in your life is your family. I literally just barely got home in time to do this Zoom because I was with my family. I love being around my daughter and my grandchildren, their babies. It's just so much fun, but that's important. It's important to have time freedom. You can't have time freedom, you guys, unless you have money. You can't travel unless you have money. You can't get out of debt without money. So, you know, even though money is not the most important thing, I mean, you have to have it to take advantage of all the things you see listed on the screen. So let me just ask you to put your business hat on now. You know, Hines told you about the timing and all this. Put your business hat on. Also put your servant hat on, because we can't go any place with this unless we're willing to help and serve people, because we've got to get the word out. But listen to this, put your business hat on. Did you realize that the stem cell industry is becoming more and more popular, and people are realizing the importance of healthy stem cells? The industry is literally about to explode. Right now, it's about $200 million. It is going to explode to over 300 billion. And I've got to do my own research, but I heard about a week ago that they're expecting to blow up to about 300 billion in less than 10 years. So in between the 200 million and the 300 billion is a whole lot of money, you guys. We're positioned perfectly because no one can do what our company does because of that patent. No one can reactivate their own stem cells because of this patent. Now, let me give you an idea of what's going to happen once you decide to start. Let's say that James Salter invited you to this call and you signed up under him. You got one of the packages. He's going to be building a left team and he's going to be building a right team. But if you might fall on the left side, and everybody else that he signs up on his left side, guess what? You get to benefit from all of his efforts. That's what Hines means when he says, position yourself because it's going to explode. If you fall on the right side, same thing is going to happen. I happen to know that James Salter has enrolled 9 diamonds, and he hasn't even been in the company 2 months. So that's the kind of person that if you hear what I'm saying, the volume, everything he does is going to roll up. You get to benefit from all of that volume. And maybe we'll definitely go into more detail with you, because I know everybody doesn't understand what I'm talking about. But I do want you to know that you can get paid up to $25,000 per week just in the binary alone. And that's just one way of pay. But also what's going to happen as you enroll people, when they start making money in that binary, let's just say that person made $1,000 this week. You would earn 25% of that 1,000 or 250. But when that person enrolls someone, you earn 20% on that's your second level of what they earn. And the people on your third level, you earn 20% as well. So I want you to know that right there is huge. And I know for a fact, because it didn't tell you, in addition to being an interior designer, I'm also a mathematician. I put the pencil to the paper, and it's hundreds of thousands of dollars that you're going to see. I mean, literally on that third level. And so trust me, and we will be glad to share that with you. If you're willing to run, we're looking for people who are seriously want to run, because we're moving so fast that we want other people who are like us to run with us. Okay. We have these envelopes that you see here that we can get to you if you're interested in, wanting to sample them out to, let's say you want to give some samples to your mother or your brother or somebody like that. You want to put them in these professional envelopes. We can get those to you as well. And we have a system called build331.com. It includes the comp plan. It shows you everything you need to do to be successful in this business, but you need to go to this site and to see all of that, build331.com. And listen, for those of you who are in Atlanta, guess what? You're in such luck, because tomorrow, our upline, Mr. Steve Merritt and Gina Merritt, as well as Mike and Sahi Hernandez, these are some of the top earners in the company. Literally, this man right here and his wife made over $50 million in a company called Mona V. And that just shows you the kind of caliber of people that this company is attracting, okay? And Sahi and Mike, they made millions as well. But we're gonna be at the DoubleTree Hotel, Atlanta tomorrow. Take a screenshot of this, or somebody who invited you to the call can make sure you get the exact information. DoubleTree on the Vista Road. The meeting starts at 8 o'clock, but even if you're not in Atlanta, you can send people there. And then also, it will be on a Zoom. So if you're in Atlanta, don't look at the Zoom, come to the meeting. If you're in another city, jump on the Zoom, okay? Also, we're gonna be in Dallas. They're gonna be in Dallas next Thursday. So if you know people in that area, get them there. We piggyback on all these meetings. We thrive and just keep going. But here's what Hines was telling you about. Listen, all roads lead to Tampa, Florida. August 18th and 19th. You have got to be there, because Mr. David Schmidt himself, the inventor, is going to be our keynote speaker. Y'all, he is going to announce some things that's going to blow your socks off. You think the X39 is something. Wait till you hear what he's going to announce at this convention. But listen, I can't say anymore. All I can say is you need to get into this business. You need to position yourself. We're running fast. Please get back with the person that invited you to the call. I want to thank Ms. Tia Thomas, Ms. Larease Rivers, Mr. James Salter, Mr. Tim Jacobs, several people that hosted this call and just asked me to present. So once again, thank you all for putting this together, and thank you all for joining the call. We will see you at the top. Have a good evening.